CLEP English Literature Exam Review 2026. Question 1. Interpreting a CLEP-style clue, when things fall apart appears in a literature clue, which writer fits? Option A. Chinua Achebe. Option B. George Herbert. Option C. Salman Rushdie. Option D. T.S. Eliot. The correct answer is option A. Chinua Achebe. Chinua Achebe fits because Things Fall Apart is a post-colonial novel about Igbo society, colonial disruption and cultural conflict. Salman Rushdie is linked to Midnight's Children, T.S. Eliot is linked to The Wasteland. George Herbert points instead to the temple, so it does not match this clue. Question 2. Should sonnets from the Portuguese be matched with which writer? Option A. Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Option B. William Wordsworth. Option C. Charlotte Bronte. Option D. William Shakespeare. The correct answer is option A. Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Elizabeth Barrett Browning fits because Sonnets from the Portuguese is a Victorian sonnet sequence exploring love, voice, and devotion. William Wordsworth is linked to lyrical ballads. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. Charlotte Bronte points instead to Jane Eyre, so it does not match this clue. Question 3. How would a clue about Geoffrey Chaucer most likely be answered? Option A. Troilus and Cresside. Option B. Sons and Lovers. Option C. Volpone. Option D. North. The correct answer is option A. Troilus and Cresside. Troilus and Cresside fits because it is Geoffrey Chaucer's work, a Middle English narrative poem focused on love, fortune, and betrayal. Volpone is associated with Ben Jonson. North is associated with Seamus Heaney. Sons and Lovers belongs with D. H. Lawrence, not this author clue. Question 4. If a strong pause interrupts the middle of a poetic line, which concept is being tested? Option A. Caesura. Option B. Octave. Option C. Enjambment. Option D. Assonance. The correct answer is option A. Caesura. Caesura fits because caesura names a pause within a line, often marked by punctuation or a natural break in speech. Enjambment is wrong because enjambment carries syntax across a line break. Octave and assonance describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 5. Identify the period linked with industrial society, social reform, realism, class mobility, faith and doubt, and long novels. Option A. Romantic. Option B. Victorian. Option C. Anglo-Saxon/Old English. Option D. Renaissance. The correct answer is option B. Victorian. Victorian fits because it is commonly linked with industrial society, social reform, realism, class mobility, faith and doubt, and long novels. Romantic is different because Romantic literature places greater emphasis on imagination, nature, and individual feeling. Anglo-Saxon/Old English and Renaissance point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 6. Which work is tied to George Herbert? Option A. Gulliver's Travels. Option B. Ode to the West Wind. Option C. Orinoco. Option D. The Temple. The correct answer is option D. The Temple. The Temple fits because it is George Herbert's work, a collection of devotional metaphysical poems shaped by faith, pattern, and spiritual conflict. Ode to the West Wind is associated with Percy Bysshe Shelley. Gulliver's Travels is associated with Jonathan Swift. Orinoco belongs with Aphra Behn, not this author clue. Question 7. Can a CLEP item about Oscar Wilde point to which work? Option A. Jane Eyre. Option B. Sons and Lovers. Option C. The Importance of Being Earnest. Option D. Sonnets from the Portuguese. The correct answer is option C. The Importance of Being Earnest. The Importance of Being Earnest fits because it is Oscar Wilde's work, a late Victorian comedy of manners built on wit, double identities, and social satire. Sons and Lovers is associated with D. H. Lawrence. Sonnets from the Portuguese is associated with Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Jane Eyre belongs with Charlotte Bronte, not this author clue. Question 8. Testing a CLEP-style clue among these terms, which one names a statement that seems contradictory but reveals a deeper truth? Option A. Paradox. Option B. Octave. Option C. Metonymy. Option D. Metaphor. The correct answer is option A. Paradox. Paradox fits because it means a statement that seems contradictory but reveals a deeper truth. Metonymy and metaphor refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Octave is also different, hyperbole exaggerates, allusion references outside material, enjambment carries syntax across lines. Question 9. How should a CLEP author clue for Middlemarch be answered? Option A. Geoffrey Chaucer. Option B. Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Option C. John Bunyan. Option D. George Eliot. The correct answer is option D. George Eliot. George Eliot fits because Middlemarch is a realist Victorian novel known for social breadth, moral complexity, and Dorothea Brooke. Elizabeth Barrett Browning is linked to sonnets from the Portuguese, John Bunyan is linked to the Pilgrim's Progress. Geoffrey Chaucer points instead to the Canterbury Tales, so it does not match this clue. Question 10. During terminology review, which term matches a work that applies epic style to a trivial subject for comic or satiric effect? Option A. Mock epic. Option B. Metaphor. Option C. Heroic couplet. Option D. Metonymy. The correct answer is option A. Mock epic. Mock epic fits because it means a work that applies epic style to a trivial subject for comic or satiric effect. Metaphor and heroic couplet refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Metonymy is also different. Tragedy centers on serious downfall, pastoral idealizes rural life, elegy mourns loss. Question 11. Select a term for a 9-line stanza with 8 lines of iambic pentameter and a final alexandrine. Option A. Soliloquy. Option B. Spenserian stanza. Option C. Personification. Option D. Sonnet. The correct answer is option B. Spenserian stanza. Spenserian stanza fits because it means a 9-line stanza with 8 lines of iambic pentameter and a final alexandrine. Personification and sonnet refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Soliloquy is also different. Heroic couplet has 2 rhymed lines. Blank verse is unrhymed iambic pentameter. Ottava rima has 8 lines. Question 12. Could alliterative verse, heroic loyalty, oral tradition, and a warrior culture point to which literary period? Option A. Middle English. Option B. Anglo-Saxon/Old English. Option C. Modernism. Option D. Romantic. The correct answer is option B. Anglo-Saxon/Old English. Anglo-Saxon/Old English fits because it is commonly linked with alliterative verse, heroic loyalty, oral tradition, and a warrior culture. Middle English is different because Middle English is more closely tied to Chaucer, estates satire, and later medieval forms. Romantic and modernism point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 13. If a poem uses third-person narration that slips into a character's thoughts or idiom, which device is present? Option A. Free indirect discourse. Option B. Spenserian stanza. Option C. Blank verse. Option D. Satire. The correct answer is option A. Free indirect discourse. Free indirect discourse fits because it means third-person narration that slips into a character's thoughts or idiom. Blank verse and Spenserian stanza refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Satire is also different. First person uses I. Omniscient narration is broadly all-knowing. Dramatic irony depends on audience knowledge. Question 14. How should a reader label a passage where nearby words begin with repeated consonant sounds? Option A. Assonance. Option B. Alliteration. Option C. Meter. Option D. Irony. The correct answer is option B. Alliteration. Alliteration fits because alliteration repeats initial consonant sounds and is especially important in Old English poetry. Assonance is wrong because assonance repeats vowel sounds. Meter and irony describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 15. If a clue names Hamlet, which title is expected? Option A. Frankenstein. Option B. Things Fall Apart. Option C. Hamlet. Option D. Heart of Darkness. The correct answer is option C. Hamlet. Hamlet is Shakespeare's Prince of Denmark in the revenge tragedy. Othello centers on jealousy, Volpone is Jonson's satire, Paradise Lost is Milton's epic. Question 16. Recognizing the Wife of Bath points to which work? Option A. The Second Coming. Option B. The Canterbury Tales. Option C. Things Fall Apart. Option D. Paradise Lost. The correct answer is option B. The Canterbury Tales. The Wife of Bath is one of Chaucer's pilgrims and is central to medieval estate satire. Beowulf belongs to Old English heroic epic. Jane Eyre is a Victorian novel. Waiting for Godot is modern absurdist drama. Question 17. How should a CLEP author clue for the remains of the day be answered? Option A. Kazuo Ishiguro. Option B. Joseph Conrad. Option C. Samuel Johnson. Option D. Charlotte Bronte. The correct answer is option A. Kazuo Ishiguro. Kazuo Ishiguro fits because The Remains of the Day is a late 20th century novel about memory, restraint, class, and missed emotional truth. Samuel Johnson is linked to preface to Shakespeare. Charlotte Bronte is linked to Jane Eyre. Joseph Conrad points instead to Heart of Darkness, so it does not match this clue. Question 18. Testing a CLEP style clue. Identify the device described as drama that satirizes social behavior, courtship, class, and witty conversation. Option A, comedy of manners. Option B, free indirect discourse. Option C, kenning. Option D, motif. The correct answer is option A, comedy of manners. Comedy of manners fits because it means drama that satirizes social behavior, courtship, class, and witty conversation. Motif and free indirect discourse refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Kenning is also different. Tragedy centers on suffering or downfall, melodrama heightens emotion, epic narrates heroic action. Question 19. Which work includes Prospero? Option A, Hard Times. Option B, The Tempest. Option C, Middlemarch. Option D, Ode on a Grecian Urn. The correct answer is option B, The Tempest. Prospero is the magician and exiled ruler in Shakespeare's late romance. Lear belongs to King Lear, Gulliver belongs to Swift's satire, Okonkwo belongs to Things Fall Apart. Question 20. Identify the writer normally connected with Ulysses. Option A, James Joyce. Option B, Derek Walcott. Option C, John Keats. Option D, Christopher Marlowe. The correct answer is option A, James Joyce. James Joyce fits because Ulysses is a modernist novel associated with stream of consciousness, mythic parallels, and one-day structure. Derek Walcott is linked to Omrose, Christopher Marlowe is linked to Dr. Faustus. John Keats points instead to Ode on a Grecian Urn, so it does not match this clue. Question 21. Interpreting a CLEP-style clue among these titles, which one contains Okonkwo? Option A, The Tempest. Option B, Ode to the West Wind. Option C, Waiting for Godot. Option D, Things Fall Apart. The correct answer is option D, Things Fall Apart. Okonkwo is central to Achebe's post-colonial novel about Igbo society and colonial disruption. Crusoe belongs to Defoe, Lear belongs to Shakespeare, Prufrock belongs to Eliot. Question 22. Can the Rape of the Lock help identify which author? Option A, Lawrence Sterne. Option B, Chinua Achebe. Option C, Alexander Pope. Option D, Daniel Defoe. The correct answer is option C, Alexander Pope. Alexander Pope fits because The Rape of the Lock is a mock-heroic poem using heroic couplets to satirize social vanity. Daniel Defoe is linked to Robinson Crusoe, Lawrence Sterne is linked to Tristram Shandy. Chinua Achebe points instead to Things Fall Apart, so it does not match this clue. Question 23. On a CLEP study card, which writer belongs with Volpone? Option A, Ben Jonson. Option B, Kazuo Ishiguro. Option C, Virginia Woolf. Option D, Christopher Marlowe. The correct answer is option A, Ben Jonson. Ben Jonson fits because Volpone is a Jacobean satirical comedy exposing greed, deception, and moral corruption. Virginia Woolf is linked to Mrs. Dalloway, Christopher Marlowe is linked to Dr. Faustus. Kazuo Ishiguro points instead to The Remains of the Day, so it does not match this clue. Question 24. Recognizing a CLEP-style clue, identify the writer normally connected with 1984. Option A, Joseph Conrad. Option B, George Orwell. Option C, Lawrence Sterne. Option D, D.H. Lawrence. The correct answer is option B, George Orwell. George Orwell fits because 1984 is a dystopian political novel about surveillance, language control, and totalitarian power. Lawrence Sterne is linked to Tristram Shandy, Joseph Conrad is linked to Heart of Darkness. D.H. Lawrence points instead to Sons and Lovers, so it does not match this clue. Question 25. Examining a CLEP-style clue, which work is tied to William Shakespeare? Option A, Jane Eyre. Option B, Orinoco. Option C, Sonnets. Option D, Hamlet. The correct answer is option D, Hamlet. Hamlet fits because it is William Shakespeare's work, a revenge tragedy centered on delay, conscience, performance, and corruption. Sonnets is associated with William Shakespeare, Orinoco is associated with Aphra Behn. Jane Eyre belongs with Charlotte Bronte, not this author clue. Question 26. Can you name the literary term for the first 8-line unit of a Petrarchan sonnet? Option A, allusion. Option B, simile. Option C, frame narrative. Option D, octave. The correct answer is option D, octave. Octave fits because it means the first 8-line unit of a Petrarchan sonnet. Simile and frame narrative refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Allusion is also different, sestet is 6 lines, quatrain is 4 lines, couplet is 2 lines. Question 27. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue among these terms, which one names a reference to another text, historical event, myth, or cultural figure? Option A, rhyme scheme. Option B, ode. Option C, allusion. Option D, foreshadowing. The correct answer is option C, allusion. Allusion fits because it means a reference to another text, historical event, myth, or cultural figure. Foreshadowing and ode refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Rhyme scheme is also different. Allegory sustains symbolic meaning across a whole work. Irony creates contrast between appearance and reality. Meter concerns rhythmic pattern. Question 28. Testing a CLEP style clue, can you identify the technique when third-person narration slips into a character's private language and thoughts? Option A, mock epic. Option B, soliloquy. Option C, free indirect discourse. Option D, frame narrative. The correct answer is option C, free indirect discourse. Free indirect discourse fits because free indirect discourse blends third-person narration with a character's inner voice, a technique important in Austen and later fiction. Soliloquy is wrong because soliloquy is a dramatic speech. Frame narrative and mock epic describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 29. How should a CLEP author clue for Waiting for Godot be answered? Option A, Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Option B, Seamus Heaney. Option C, Henry Fielding. Option D, Samuel Beckett. The correct answer is option D, Samuel Beckett. Samuel Beckett fits because Waiting for Godot is an absurdist drama centered on waiting, repetition, uncertainty, and minimal action. Samuel Taylor Coleridge is linked to the rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. Henry Fielding is linked to Tom Jones. Seamus Heaney points instead to north, so it does not match this clue. Question 30. How should a reader label a passage where an image or idea keeps recurring and builds meaning across a work? Option A, theme. Option B, diction. Option C, meter. Option D, motif. The correct answer is option D, motif. Motif fits because motif is a recurring element that supports themes and patterns in a text. Theme is wrong because theme is the broader insight or central idea. Meter and diction describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 31. If one thing is described as another without using like or as, which concept is being tested? Option A, simile. Option B, metaphor. Option C, metonymy. Option D, hyperbole. The correct answer is option B, metaphor. Metaphor fits because metaphor makes an implied comparison between unlike things. Simile is wrong because simile compares using like or as. Metonymy and hyperbole describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 32. How is using objects, actions, or images to suggest meanings beyond the literal usually labeled? Option A, heroic couplet. Option B, foreshadowing. Option C, symbolism. Option D, soliloquy. The correct answer is option C, symbolism. Symbolism fits because it means using objects, actions, or images to suggest meanings beyond the literal. Soliloquy and heroic couplet refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Foreshadowing is also different. Realism depicts ordinary life, meter structures rhythm, soliloquy is a dramatic speech. Question 33. How should a CLEP author clue for Paradise Lost be answered? Option A, John Milton. Option B, Salman Rushdie. Option C, Daniel Defoe. Option D, William Blake. The correct answer is option A, John Milton. John Milton fits because Paradise Lost is a blank verse epic on the fall, Satan, obedience, free will, and divine justice. William Blake is linked to Songs of Innocence and Experience. Salman Rushdie is linked to Midnight's Children. Daniel Defoe points instead to Robinson Crusoe, so it does not match this clue. Question 34. Recognizing a CLEP-style clue if a passage context shows intellectual conceits, paradox, argumentative speakers, and spiritual or erotic wit, which period is likely? Option A, Old English poetry. Option B, Romantic poetry. Option C, Victorian realism. Option D, metaphysical poetry. The correct answer is option D, metaphysical poetry. Metaphysical poetry fits because it is commonly linked with intellectual conceits, paradox, argumentative speakers, and spiritual or erotic wit. Romantic poetry is different because romantic poetry favors imagination, nature, and emotional intensity. Victorian realism and Old English poetry point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 35. On a CLEP study card, which writer belongs with Don Juan? Option A, John Keats. Option B, Lord Byron. Option C, Derek Walcott. Option D, William Shakespeare. The correct answer is option B, Lord Byron. Lord Byron fits because Don Juan is a witty satirical verse narrative associated with the Byronic voice and social critique. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet, Derek Walcott is linked to Omrose. John Keats points instead to Ode on a Grecian Urn, so it does not match this clue. Question 36. Considering a CLEP style clue, can you identify the technique when a prose passage ridicules pride and social corruption to criticize them? Option A, satire. Option B, elegy. Option C, ode. Option D, romance. The correct answer is option A, satire. Satire fits because satire uses ridicule, irony, and exaggeration to expose vice or folly. Elegy is wrong because elegy laments loss. Romance and ode describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 37. Among these works, which one is by Lord Byron? Option A, Dover Beach. Option B, Don Juan. Option C, Great Expectations. Option D, Ode on a Grecian Urn. The correct answer is option B, Don Juan. Don Juan fits because it is Lord Byron's work, a witty satirical verse narrative associated with the Byronic voice and social critique. Ode on a Grecian Urn is associated with John Keats. Great Expectations is associated with Charles Dickens. Dover Beach belongs with Matthew Arnold, not this author clue. Question 38. Can Othello help identify which author? Option A, William Shakespeare. Option B, William Wordsworth. Option C, Seamus Heaney. Option D, Kazuo Ishiguro. The correct answer is option A, William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare fits because Othello is a tragedy built around jealousy, manipulation, race and trust. Kazuo Ishiguro is linked to the remains of the day, William Wordsworth is linked to lyrical ballads. Seamus Heaney points instead to North, so it does not match this clue. Question 39. On a CLEP study card, which writer belongs with Pride and Prejudice? Option A, Edmund Spenser. Option B, Jane Austen. Option C, George Eliot. Option D, William Shakespeare. The correct answer is option B, Jane Austen. Jane Austen fits because Pride and Prejudice is a novel of manners centered on courtship, class, irony, and moral judgment. George Eliot is linked to Middlemarch, William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. Edmund Spenser points instead to the Fairy Queen, so it does not match this clue. Question 40. During work matching, which title belongs to John Keats? Option A, Ode on a Grecian Urn. Option B, Mrs. Dalloway. Option C, Hamlet. Option D, Don Juan. The correct answer is option A, Ode on a Grecian Urn. Ode on a Grecian Urn fits because it is John Keats's work, a romantic ode meditating on art, beauty, permanence, and human transience. Hamlet is associated with William Shakespeare, Mrs. Dalloway is associated with Virginia Woolf. Don Juan belongs with Lord Byron, not this author clue. Question 41. Interpreting a CLEP-style clue, who wrote The Second Coming? Option A, Lawrence Sterne. Option B, Virginia Woolf. Option C, W.B. Yeats. Option D, George Eliot. The correct answer is option C, W.B. Yeats. W.B. Yeats fits because The Second Coming is a modernist symbolic poem known for apocalyptic imagery and historical disorder. George Eliot is linked to Middlemarch, Virginia Woolf is linked to Mrs. Dalloway. Lawrence Sterne points instead to Tristram Shandy, so it does not match this clue. Question 42. Preparing a CLEP-style clue if a poem uses two consecutive lines of verse, usually linked by rhyme or thought, which device is present? Option A, couplet. Option B, dramatic monologue. Option C, narrator. Option D, ode. The correct answer is option A, couplet. Couplet fits because it means two consecutive lines of verse, usually linked by rhyme or thought. Ode and dramatic monologue refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Narrator is also different, octave is 8 lines, sestet is 6 lines, stanza is a larger grouped unit. Question 43. Spotting that a sentence runs beyond the line break before completing its grammar should lead to which term? Option A, enjambment. Option B, end stopping. Option C, caesura. Option D, alliteration. The correct answer is option A, enjambment. Enjambment fits because enjambment occurs when syntax flows past the end of a poetic line, often increasing movement or suspense. Caesura is wrong because caesura is a pause within a line. End stopping and alliteration describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 44. Recall which author is known for The Pilgrim's Progress? Option A, Andrew Marvell. Option B, Alexander Pope. Option C, John Bunyan. Option D, William Shakespeare. The correct answer is option C, John Bunyan. John Bunyan fits because The Pilgrim's Progress is a religious allegory that turns Christian life into a symbolic journey. Andrew Marvell is linked to his coy mistress. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. Alexander Pope points instead to the rape of the lock, so it does not match this clue. Question 45. Examining a CLEP style clue, can you name the literary term for an extended, surprising, intellectually elaborate comparison? Option A, couplet. Option B, conceit. Option C, kenning. Option D, irony. The correct answer is option B, conceit. Conceit fits because it means an extended, surprising, intellectually elaborate comparison. Kenning and irony refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Couplet is also different. Simile uses like or as. Understatement deliberately minimizes. Pastoral idealizes rural life. Question 46. Among these terms, which one names a figure of speech using a part to represent the whole or the whole for a part? Option A, terza rima. Option B, stream of consciousness. Option C, synecdoche. Option D, narrator. The correct answer is option C, synecdoche. Synecdoche fits because it means a figure of speech using a part to represent the whole or the whole for a part. Narrator and terza rima refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Stream of consciousness is also different. Metonymy uses association. Simile compares with like or as. Caesura is a pause in verse. Question 47. If a clue names Wuthering Heights, which author is expected? Option A, Kazuo Ishiguro. Option B, Emily Bronte. Option C, T.S. Eliot. Option D, Salman Rushdie. The correct answer is option B, Emily Bronte. Emily Bronte fits because Wuthering Heights is a Gothic Victorian novel of passion, revenge, setting, and layered narration. Kazuo Ishiguro is linked to The Remains of the Day. T.S. Eliot is linked to The Wasteland. Salman Rushdie points instead to Midnight's Children, so it does not match this clue. Question 48. When Joseph Conrad appears in review, which title fits? Option A, Volpone. Option B, King Lear. Option C, Things Fall Apart. Option D, Heart of Darkness. The correct answer is option D, Heart of Darkness. Heart of Darkness fits because it is Joseph Conrad's work, a modern novella exploring imperialism, moral darkness, narration, and ambiguity. Volpone is associated with Ben Jonson. Things Fall Apart is associated with Chinua Achebe. King Lear belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 49. Comparing a CLEP style clue during work matching, which title belongs to William Shakespeare? Option A, The Importance of Being Earnest. Option B, Great Expectations. Option C, Macbeth. Option D, King Lear. The correct answer is option C, Macbeth. Macbeth fits because it is William Shakespeare's work, a tragedy of ambition, prophecy, regicide, guilt, and disorder. Great Expectations is associated with Charles Dickens. The Importance of Being Earnest is associated with Oscar Wilde. King Lear belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 50. Tracing a CLEP style clue. If a clue names Tester Bayfield, which title is expected? Option A, Dr. Faustus. Option B, Waiting for Godot. Option C, The Temple. Option D, Tess of the D'Urbervilles. The correct answer is option D, Tess of the D'Urbervilles. Tess is the tragic heroine in Hardy's late Victorian novel. Jane Eyre belongs to Charlotte Bronte, Molly Bloom belongs to Joyce, Christian belongs to Bunyan. Question 51. If a clue names Great Expectations, which author is expected? Option A, Oscar Wilde. Option B, Lord Byron. Option C, Percy Bysshe Shelley. Option D, Charles Dickens. The correct answer is option D, Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens fits because Great Expectations is a Victorian Bildungsroman about pip, class aspiration, guilt, and moral growth. Percy Bysshe Shelley is linked to Ode to the West Wind. Oscar Wilde is linked to The Importance of Being Earnest. Lord Byron points instead to Don Juan, so it does not match this clue. Question 52. Preparing a CLEP style clue. If you see John Donne, which title should you remember? Option A, Le Morte d'Arthur. Option B, Don Juan. Option C, Sonnets. Option D, Holy Sonnets. The correct answer is option D, Holy Sonnets. Holy Sonnets fits because it is John Donne's work, a group of metaphysical poems using paradox, argument, and intense spiritual drama. Le Morte d'Arthur is associated with Sir Thomas Malory. Don Juan is associated with Lord Byron. Sonnets belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 53. Studying a CLEP style clue, recognizing hints that prepare readers for later events points to which term? Option A, Bildungsroman. Option B, allusion. Option C, terza rima. Option D, foreshadowing. The correct answer is option D, foreshadowing. Foreshadowing fits because it means hints that prepare readers for later events. Terza rima and Bildungsroman refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Allusion is also different, flashback moves into the past, symbolism gives objects larger meaning, irony depends on contrast. Question 54. Which period is most associated with humanism, courtly culture, sonnets, revenge tragedy, and flourishing drama? Option A, Renaissance. Option B, Modernism. Option C, Neoclassical. Option D, Anglo-Saxon/Old English. The correct answer is option A, Renaissance. Renaissance fits because it is commonly linked with humanism, courtly culture, sonnets, revenge tragedy, and flourishing drama. Anglo-Saxon/Old English is different because Old English literature is known for heroic epic and alliterative verse. Neoclassical and modernism point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 55. Examining a CLEP-style clue. If a clue names Hard Times, which author is expected? Option A, Charles Dickens. Option B, Kazuo Ishiguro. Option C, Ben Jonson. Option D, Virginia Woolf. The correct answer is option A, Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens fits because Hard Times is a Victorian social problem novel criticizing industrial utilitarianism and dehumanizing education. Ben Jonson is linked to Volpone, Kazuo Ishiguro is linked to The Remains of the Day, Virginia Woolf points instead to Mrs. Dalloway, so it does not match this clue. Question 56. Among these terms, which one names giving human qualities to an animal, object, or abstract idea? Option A, personification. Option B, terza rima. Option C, couplet. Option D, iambic pentameter. The correct answer is option A, personification. Personification fits because it means giving human qualities to an animal, object, or abstract idea. Iambic pentameter and couplet refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Terza rima is also different, metaphor compares unlike things, irony contrasts meaning and appearance, caesura marks a pause. Question 57. How should a reader label a passage where a novel stresses haunted spaces, secrecy, terror, and psychological darkness? Option A, domestic realism. Option B, neoclassical satire. Option C, pastoral. Option D, Gothic. The correct answer is option D, Gothic. Gothic fits because Gothic fiction uses fear, mystery, confinement, and dark settings to explore emotional or moral anxiety. Pastoral is wrong because pastoral idealizes rural simplicity. Neoclassical satire and domestic realism describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 58. If a poem treats a small social event with the grand language of epic, which concept is being tested? Option A, elegy. Option B, pastoral. Option C, tragedy. Option D, mock epic. The correct answer is option D, mock epic. Mock epic fits because mock epic creates comic contrast by applying epic conventions to an intentionally trivial subject. Tragedy is wrong because tragedy treats serious suffering and downfall. Elegy and pastoral describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 59. If a clue names holy sonnets, which author is expected? Option A, Andrew Marvell. Option B, Joseph Conrad. Option C, Thomas Hardy. Option D, John Donne. The correct answer is option D, John Donne. John Donne fits because Holy Sonnets is a group of metaphysical poems using paradox, argument, and intense spiritual drama. Joseph Conrad is linked to Heart of Darkness, Andrew Marvell is linked to his coy mistress. Thomas Hardy points instead to Tess of the D'Urbervilles, so it does not match this clue. Question 60. Select the term for a mode using mystery, terror, isolation, haunted spaces, and psychological darkness. Option A, conceit. Option B, Gothic. Option C, allegory. Option D, irony. The correct answer is option B, Gothic. Gothic fits because it means a mode using mystery, terror, isolation, haunted spaces, and psychological darkness. Irony and allegory refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Conceit is also different, pastoral idealizes the countryside, neoclassicism favors order and reason, comedy aims at laughter or social correction. Question 61. Interpreting a CLEP-style clue, how would a clue about Samuel Beckett most likely be answered? Option A, Waiting for Godot. Option B, Sonnets. Option C, Things Fall Apart. Option D, Midnight's Children. The correct answer is option A, Waiting for Godot. Waiting for Godot fits because it is Samuel Beckett's work, an absurdist drama centered on waiting, repetition, uncertainty, and minimal action. Things Fall Apart is associated with Chinua Achebe, Midnight's Children is associated with Salman Rushdie, Sonnets belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 62. During author review, which writer belongs with Macbeth? Option A. William Shakespeare. Option B. George Herbert. Option C. Chinua Achebe. Option D. Emily Bronte. The correct answer is option A. William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare fits because Macbeth is a tragedy of ambition, prophecy, regicide, guilt, and disorder. Emily Bronte is linked to Wuthering Heights, Chinua Achebe is linked to Things Fall Apart. George Herbert points instead to the temple, so it does not match this clue. Question 63. Studying a CLEP-style clue, recognizing a poem of mourning, often reflecting on death and loss points to which term? Option A. Elegy. Option B. Enjambment. Option C. Personification. Option D. Narrator. The correct answer is option A. Elegy. Elegy fits because it means a poem of mourning, often reflecting on death and loss. Narrator and enjambment refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Personification is also different. Ode praises or meditates formally, satire mocks folly, ballad tells a song-like story. Question 64. Among these choices, which one explains a passage where a passage uses unrhymed iambic pentameter in elevated drama or epic? Option A. Heroic couplet. Option B. Free verse. Option C. Blank verse. Option D. Ottava rima. The correct answer is option C. Blank verse. Blank verse fits because blank verse is unrhymed iambic pentameter, a form strongly associated with Shakespearean drama and Miltonic epic. Heroic couplet is wrong because heroic couplets rhyme in pairs. Ottava rima and free verse describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 65. Who wrote Tristram Shandy? Option A. Lawrence Sterne. Option B. William Shakespeare. Option C. Robert Browning. Option D. Chinua Achebe. The correct answer is option A. Lawrence Sterne. Lawrence Sterne fits because Tristram Shandy is an experimental 18th century novel famous for digression and playful narration. Robert Browning is linked to My Last Duchess, William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. Chinua Achebe points instead to Things Fall Apart, so it does not match this clue. Question 66. Among these works, which one is by Edmund Spenser? Option A. Midnight's Children. Option B. Ulysses. Option C. The Faerie Queene. Option D. Sonnets. The correct answer is option C. The Faerie Queene. The Faerie Queene fits because it is Edmund Spenser's work, an allegorical Renaissance epic romance written in the Spenserian stanza. Sonnets is associated with William Shakespeare, Midnight's Children is associated with Salman Rushdie. Ulysses belongs with James Joyce, not this author clue. Question 67. Choose the work most closely linked with Jane Austen. Option A. Volpone. Option B. Pride and Prejudice. Option C. The Canterbury Tales. Option D. North. The correct answer is option B. Pride and Prejudice. Pride and Prejudice fits because it is Jane Austen's work, a novel of manners centered on courtship, class, irony, and moral judgment. Volpone is associated with Ben Jonson. The Canterbury Tales is associated with Geoffrey Chaucer. North belongs with Seamus Heaney, not this author clue. Question 68. When Charlotte Bronte appears in review, which title fits? Option A. Troilus and Cresside. Option B. The Canterbury Tales. Option C. Jane Eyre. Option D. Midnight's Children. The correct answer is option C. Jane Eyre. Jane Eyre fits because it is Charlotte Bronte's work, a Victorian Bildungsroman with Gothic elements, moral independence, and first-person narration. Midnight's Children is associated with Salman Rushdie. Troilus and Cresside is associated with Geoffrey Chaucer. The Canterbury Tales belongs with Geoffrey Chaucer, not this author clue. Question 69. Who wrote Ode to the West Wind? Option A. Percy Bysshe Shelley. Option B. Mary Shelley. Option C. Aphra Behn. Option D. Oscar Wilde. The correct answer is option A. Percy Bysshe Shelley. Percy Bysshe Shelley fits because Ode to the West Wind is a romantic ode that treats nature as destructive, creative, and revolutionary power. Oscar Wilde is linked to the importance of being earnest. Aphra Behn is linked to Orinoco. Mary Shelley points instead to Frankenstein, so it does not match this clue. Question 70. Which work includes Lady Macbeth? Option A. Macbeth. Option B. Hard Times. Option C. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. Option D. The Importance of Being Earnest. The correct answer is option A. Macbeth. Lady Macbeth belongs to the tragedy of ambition and guilt surrounding Duncan's murder. Hamlet focuses on a Danish prince. The Rape of the Lock satirizes social vanity. Middlemarch is a realist Victorian novel. Question 71. How would a clue about Emily Bronte most likely be answered? Option A, lyrical ballads. Option B, Wuthering Heights. Option C, King Lear. Option D, Dr. Faustus. The correct answer is option B, Wuthering Heights. Wuthering Heights fits because it is Emily Bronte's work, a Gothic Victorian novel of passion, revenge, setting, and layered narration. Lyrical ballads is associated with William Wordsworth. King Lear is associated with William Shakespeare. Dr. Faustus belongs with Christopher Marlowe, not this author clue. Question 72. If a poem uses the 6-line unit that often follows the octave in a Petrarchan sonnet, which device is present? Option A, narrator. Option B, caesura. Option C, sestet. Option D, dramatic irony. The correct answer is option C, sestet. Sestet fits because it means the 6-line unit that often follows the octave in a Petrarchan sonnet. Narrator and caesura refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Dramatic irony is also different. Octave is 8 lines, couplet is 2 lines, refrain is repeated language. Question 73. Which term describes a compact metaphorical compound common in Old English poetry? Option A, synecdoche. Option B, caesura. Option C, kenning. Option D, simile. The correct answer is option C, ing. Kenning fits because it means a compact metaphorical compound common in Old English poetry. Synecdoche and simile refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Caesura is also different. Conceit is usually a longer elaborate comparison. Epithet is a descriptive tag. Metonymy uses association rather than compounding. Question 74. Recognizing a CLEP-style clue, can you name the literary term for interlocking 3-line rhyme often associated with Dante and later English adaptations? Option A, kenning. Option B, allegory. Option C, epistolary novel. Option D, terza rima. The correct answer is option D, terza rima. Terza rima fits because it means interlocking 3-line rhyme often associated with Dante and later English adaptations. Epistolary novel and kenning refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Allegory is also different. Heroic couplet rhymes in pairs. Sonnet has 14 lines. Ballad stanza is narrative and song-like. Question 75. Among these terms, which one names a novel tracing a protagonist's growth, education, and moral development? Option A, Bildungsroman. Option B, assonance. Option C, iambic pentameter. Option D, terza rima. The correct answer is option A, Bildungsroman. Bildungsroman fits because it means a novel tracing a protagonist's growth, education, and moral development. Terza rima and assonance refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Iambic pentameter is also different. Epic is a heroic poem. Allegory uses sustained symbolic meaning. Satire mocks vice. Question 76. Identify the device described as substitution of a related or associated word for the thing meant. Option A, frame narrative. Option B, villanelle. Option C, metonymy. Option D, irony. The correct answer is option C, metonymy. Metonymy fits because it means substitution of a related or associated word for the thing meant. Villanelle and frame narrative refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Irony is also different. Synecdoche uses a part for the whole. Metaphor compares unlike things. Alliteration repeats initial sounds. Question 77. When Charles Dickens appears in review, which title fits? Option A, Gulliver's Travels. Option B, Ellie Mort d'Arthur. Option C, Omrose. Option D, Great Expectations. The correct answer is option D, Great Expectations. Great Expectations fits because it is Charles Dickens's work, a Victorian Bildungsroman about Pip, class aspiration, guilt, and moral growth. Ellie Mort d'Arthur is associated with Sir Thomas Malory. Omrose is associated with Derek Walcott. Gulliver's Travels belongs with Jonathan Swift, not this author clue. Question 78. Testing a CLEP-style clue, recognizing Faustus points to which work? Option A, Ellie Mort d'Arthur. Option B, Dr. Faustus. Option C, Macbeth. Option D, The Golden Notebook. The correct answer is option B, Dr. Faustus. Faustus is Marlowe's scholar who trades his soul for power and knowledge. Macbeth concerns regicide and prophecy. Tom Jones is an 18th-century novel. Mrs. Dalloway is modernist fiction. Question 79. Should Omrose be matched with which writer? Option A, anonymous Old English poet. Option B, William Shakespeare. Option C, Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Option D, Derek Walcott. The correct answer is option D, Derek Walcott. Derek Walcott fits because Omeros is a Caribbean epic that reworks classical forms through post-colonial history and island experience. Anonymous Old English poet is linked to Beowulf. Samuel Taylor Coleridge is linked to the Rime of the Ancient Mariner. William Shakespeare points instead to Hamlet, so it does not match this clue. Question 80. Among these writers, who is linked to the Fairy Queen? Option A, Edmund Spenser. Option B, Alexander Pope. Option C, William Wordsworth. Option D, Oscar Wilde. The correct answer is option A, Edmund Spenser. Edmund Spenser fits because the Fairy Queen is an allegorical Renaissance epic romance written in the Spenserian stanza. Alexander Pope is linked to the Rape of the Lock. Oscar Wilde is linked to the importance of being earnest. William Wordsworth points instead to lyrical ballads, so it does not match this clue. Question 81. Which author is most closely associated with Dover Beach? Option A, Lawrence Sterne. Option B, Matthew Arnold. Option C, John Bunyan. Option D, George Orwell. The correct answer is option B, Matthew Arnold. Matthew Arnold fits because Dover Beach is a Victorian lyric often linked with religious doubt, melancholy and cultural uncertainty. George Orwell is linked to 1984, Lawrence Sterne is linked to Tristram Shandy. John Bunyan points instead to the Pilgrim's Progress, so it does not match this clue. Question 82. When Orinoco appears in a literature clue, which writer fits? Option A, John Bunyan. Option B, Matthew Arnold. Option C, Percy Bysshe Shelley. Option D, Aphra Behn. The correct answer is option D, Aphra Behn. Aphra Behn fits because Orinoco is an early prose narrative associated with colonialism, slavery and heroic romance. Matthew Arnold is linked to Dover Beach. John Bunyan is linked to the Pilgrim's Progress. Percy Bysshe Shelley points instead to Ode to the West Wind, so it does not match this clue. Question 83. Among these titles, which one contains J. Alfred Prufrock? Option A, Don Juan. Option B, The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. Option C, Ode on a Grecian Urn. Option D, Hamlet. The correct answer is option B, The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. Prufrock is Eliot's self-conscious speaker associated with modern alienation and paralysis. Beowulf is an epic hero, Gulliver is Swift's traveler, Othello is Shakespeare's tragic general. Question 84. Recognizing a CLEP-style clue among these writers, who is linked to the Canterbury Tales? Option A, Samuel Beckett. Option B, Lord Byron. Option C, Geoffrey Chaucer. Option D, Jonathan Swift. The correct answer is option C, Geoffrey Chaucer. Geoffrey Chaucer fits because the Canterbury Tales is a Middle English frame narrative that uses pilgrims to create a state satire. Jonathan Swift is linked to Gulliver's Travels. Lord Byron is linked to Don Juan. Samuel Beckett points instead to Waiting for Godot, so it does not match this clue. Question 85. Among these terms, which one names a poem in which a single speaker reveals character while addressing an implied listener? Option A, Ode. Option B, Villanelle. Option C, Dramatic Monologue. Option D, Paradox. The correct answer is option C, Dramatic Monologue. Dramatic monologue fits because it means a poem in which a single speaker reveals character while addressing an implied listener. Ode and paradox refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Villanelle is also different. Elegy mourns the dead, epic narrates heroic action. Ode is a formal lyric of praise or meditation. Question 86. When the Rime of the Ancient Mariner appears in a literature clue, which writer fits? Option A, William Shakespeare. Option B, Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Option C, George Eliot. Option D, John Keats. The correct answer is option B, Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Samuel Taylor Coleridge fits because the Rime of the Ancient Mariner is a supernatural romantic ballad involving guilt, punishment, and imaginative vision. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. John Keats is linked to Ode on a Grecian Urn. George Eliot points instead to Middlemarch, so it does not match this clue. Question 87. When Samuel Taylor Coleridge appears in review, which title fits? Option A, The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Option B, The Temple. Option C, Songs of Innocence and Experience. Option D, Hard Times. The correct answer is option A, The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. The Rime of the Ancient Mariner fits because it is Samuel Taylor Coleridge's work, a supernatural romantic ballad involving guilt, punishment, and imaginative vision. The Temple is associated with George Herbert. Hard Times is associated with Charles Dickens. Songs of Innocence and Experience belongs with William Blake, not this author clue. Question 88. Testing a CLEP style clue during work matching, which title belongs to Elizabeth Barrett Browning? Option A. The Remains of the Day. Option B. Sonnets from the Portuguese. Option C. Tristram Shandy. Option D. Orinoco. The correct answer is option B. Sonnets from the Portuguese. Sonnets from the Portuguese fits because it is Elizabeth Barrett Browning's work, a Victorian sonnet sequence exploring love, voice, and devotion. Tristram Shandy is associated with Lawrence Sterne, Orinoco is associated with Aphra Behn. The Remains of the Day belongs with Kazuo Ishiguro, not this author clue. Question 89. Which author is most closely associated with Hamlet? Option A. John Keats. Option B. Samuel Beckett. Option C. W. B. Yeats. Option D. William Shakespeare. The correct answer is option D. William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare fits because Hamlet is a revenge tragedy centered on delay, conscience, performance, and corruption. Samuel Beckett is linked to Waiting for Godot. W. B. Yeats is linked to The Second Coming. John Keats points instead to Ode on a Grecian Urn, so it does not match this clue. Question 90. Can you identify the technique when a question asks for the speaker's attitude toward a subject? Option A. Tone. Option B. Setting. Option C. Plot. Option D. Mood. The correct answer is option A. Tone. Tone fits because tone names the speaker's or author's attitude, such as ironic, reverent, skeptical, or mournful. Mood is wrong because mood is the feeling created in the reader. Plot and setting describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 91. If a poem uses a narrator whose account should not be fully trusted, which device is present? Option A. Soliloquy. Option B. Unreliable narrator. Option C. Comedy of manners. Option D. Foreshadowing. The correct answer is option B. Unreliable narrator. Unreliable narrator fits because it means a narrator whose account should not be fully trusted. Foreshadowing and comedy of manners refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Soliloquy is also different. Omniscient narrator knows many minds, author is the real writer, antagonist opposes the protagonist. Question 92. Recognizing the repetition of initial consonant sounds in nearby words points to which term? Option A. Alliteration. Option B. Stream of consciousness. Option C. Symbolism. Option D. Gothic. The correct answer is option A. Alliteration. Alliteration fits because it means the repetition of initial consonant sounds in nearby words. Gothic and symbolism refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Stream of consciousness is also different. Assonance repeats vowel sounds. Metaphor makes an implied comparison. Satire mocks vice or folly. Question 93. If a clue names Belinda and the Stolen Lock of Hair, which title is expected? Option A. Ode to the West Wind. Option B. Midnight's Children. Option C. Middlemarch. Option D. The Rape of the Lock. The correct answer is option D. The Rape of the Lock. Belinda is the fashionable figure at the center of Pope's mock heroic satire. Tess belongs to Hardy, Jane Eyre belongs to Bronte, Grendel belongs to Beowulf. Question 94. When Ellie Mort d'Arthur appears in a literature clue, which writer fits? Option A. Anonymous Old English poet. Option B. Sir Thomas Malory. Option C. John Donne. Option D. T.S. Eliot. The correct answer is option B. Sir Thomas Malory. Sir Thomas Malory fits because Ellie Mort d'Arthur is a prose romance that gathers Arthurian legends of knights, quests, and chivalry. T.S. Eliot is linked to the wasteland. John Donne is linked to holy sonnets. Anonymous Old English poet points instead to Beowulf, so it does not match this clue. Question 95. Among these terms, which one names unrhymed iambic pentameter? Option A. Simile. Option B. Foreshadowing. Option C. Caesura. Option D. Blank verse. The correct answer is option D. Blank verse. Blank verse fits because it means unrhymed iambic pentameter. Simile and foreshadowing refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Caesura is also different. Free verse has no regular meter. Heroic couplets rhyme in pairs. Ballads usually use narrative stanzas. Question 96. Considering a CLEP-style clue during passage analysis, which term matches the clue that an object in a story carries meaning beyond its literal role? Option A. Symbolism. Option B. Realism. Option C. Caesura. Option D. Allusion. The correct answer is option A. Symbolism. Symbolism fits because symbolism lets concrete objects, actions, or images suggest larger abstract meanings. Realism is wrong because realism emphasizes credible ordinary experience. Caesura and allusion describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 97. Which term fits a passage where narration follows a character's flowing perceptions, memories, and associations? Option A. Heroic couplet. Option B. Comedy of manners. Option C. Stream of consciousness. Option D. Allegory. The correct answer is option C. Stream of consciousness. Stream of consciousness fits because stream of consciousness tries to imitate mental flow and is central to many modernist novels. Heroic couplet is wrong because heroic couplet is a verse form. Allegory and comedy of manners describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 98. During terminology review, which term matches a direct address to an absent person, abstract idea, or thing? Option A. Spenserian stanza. Option B. Apostrophe. Option C. Stream of consciousness. Option D. Bildungsroman. The correct answer is option B. Apostrophe. Apostrophe fits because it means a direct address to an absent person, abstract idea, or thing. Stream of consciousness and Spenserian stanza refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Bildungsroman is also different. Soliloquy is a speech by a character alone on stage. Satire attacks folly. Metonymy substitutes an associated term. Question 99. Recognizing Percy Bysshe Shelley should lead to which title? Option A. Sonnets. Option B. Dr. Faustus. Option C. Ode to the West Wind. Option D. Tess of the D'Urbervilles. The correct answer is option C. Ode to the West Wind. Ode to the West Wind fits because it is Percy Bysshe Shelley's work, a romantic ode that treats nature as destructive, creative, and revolutionary power. Sonnets is associated with William Shakespeare. Tess of the D'Urbervilles is associated with Thomas Hardy. Dr. Faustus belongs with Christopher Marlowe, not this author clue. Question 100. How is a long elevated narrative poem about heroic or cosmic events usually labeled? Option A. Personification. Option B. Pastoral. Option C. Epic. Option D. Satire. The correct answer is option C. Epic. Epic fits because it means a long elevated narrative poem about heroic or cosmic events. Satire and pastoral refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Personification is also different. Lyric poetry focuses on personal feeling, comedy resolves conflict happily, essay presents prose argument.